You are what you eat. I'm going to repeat everything that's ever been spoken, that's ever been written. If it's a color, and you know the color, and I know the color, and the majority of the planet looks at a color, and in their language, they say the color. This is the color of what you see. It is what it is, and that's what it is. Here's another color. It also is what it is, and that's the color it is. Here is another color, as is, it is what it is, and here's another color. But we're going to take out this color because this color is already here. Trying to fix the focus. So this color is already here. When you mix yellow, let me check to see if I have all my areas working. Continue to Facebook. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, I can see it's working. Just 1 second. I think I have the door.
Oui, alors? Oui, j'ai vu ça. Quand est-ce que...
ça va être en début de semaine prochaine.
Ok, je suis pas ici. Faut que tu m'appelles avant, m'avoir averti quelqu'un va venir ici pour le phone.
Ah bon? Ah,
non, m'avoir enlevé.
Ah,
M'avoir enlevé pour quelque chose.
à Montréal?
Ben,
Tu fais un gros voyage.
non, il y a besoin de s'occuper de le chien de ma soeur.
Ah, ok.
Soit je reviens ou je vais envoyer quelqu'un.
Ok, parfait. Il n'y a pas de trouble. Ça va être la semaine prochaine. C'est parce qu'on a eu d'autres dégâts. Puis...
Prends 2 semaines, tu me déranges pas.
Non, je vais envie de mettre ça. Je sais que William me l'a
Quelqu'un est rentré dedans. Le monde ne fait pas attention. Le monde en haut qui reste là, il y a quoi, 8 ou 10 qui restent dans le bloc en haut? Je sais pas.
Ah ouais?
Ben, il vient ici pour 6 mois, là, il pisse le temps, il met un autre 6.
Ok, je sais pas.
Les autres, il y a chaque fois sur le boss.
On va être dessus dans le... On va dessus, hein.
Ben, il travaille McDonald's, il vient sur 6 mois.
Ouais,
Et c'est tout?
c'est bon, c'est parti.
Tu couvrir ça pour la pluie?
Hein? Non, je vais le mettre dans.
Salut! Okay, so we're going to start this again, all right? Okay, sorry about that. We had somebody come in, a nice gentleman come in. So where are we? Okay, here we are. Still nobody has shown up. Colors mix. Colors have names. Names, you need letters to create the name. In every single letter has a value in the alphabet. It also has a value to its core numeric, which means in order to create something in an average, to give it form, we have to multiply it by 3 in order to give it form. So if whatever you're going to say, it's got to be multiplied by 3. Now, if you're going to mirror it, you got to multiply it by 3 again. If you want to bring its polarity by the number, you multiply it by 4. It's times 3 or times 4. We all know that our vibration is 432, right? And it's not for no reason that it's 432. It's because the 432 is how the numbers work. The rotation of numbers work in 4, 3, 2, 1. 9 works at 1. 9 works at 2. 1 and 2. The reason for 1 and 2 is it's 9 and then it's 9 again. And the 3 and 6 work at 4. And the 1, 2, which equals to 3, they both work at 10. The 4, 5, which equals to 9, also reflecting inside the sun, the movement and the passage inside the sun. 4 and 5 also reflect 10. And the 1 and 2, did I say that? The 1, 2, oh yes, and the 7 and 8 equals to 15. 1 and 5 is 6. So each pair of the numbers that are worth 10, 10, and 10, right, which is 60,
the 3 and 6 are worth both 4 and 4, which is 8, is 68. That is the dividing gate. And then there's 970, the hand of God that brings everything together. Because 9 is what brings both 3 and 6 together, which is within the house of Bait. I am not believing that. It is the actuality of the truth. It's that story that the numbers say. 3 is 3, and then when you write 3, it's number 56. When you write 7, it's number 65. When they come together, it's 121, it's 1111. It then becomes 2 and 2. I'm not sure where I'm going with this part. There's so many things going on. The numbers have words. 1 equals to 34 times 3, 102, Valentine, JB. 3 times 34, or the house of DC. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3, creates 93. Now that number is going to show up in a lot of different places. Saturn is 93. 39 is angel. 10 is 39. 39 also mathematically in the star system math, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create 3. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 will create 9. Now, if we multiply them and add those together, it'll create one scenario. And if we add them and put those together, it creates another scenario. Now, when you're adding, you're creating 4 windows. You're creating 4 cells. You need to create a cell when you add. This paper here, right, being our Earth, or being how we have to work. I don't know if you have this. See these squares? The only way to draw a line is you can draw a line right there in between here and here. So by drawing a straight line, the plus sign, you're separating 4 windows. The Earth separates 9 windows. Mars separates 4, 2 times 2. Earth separates 9 windows. So the reason for these colors is because the yellow and the blue will create green. The red and the yellow will create orange. If I add white to it, this one becomes pink. This one becomes lighter. So I want to jump into the planets right now. Cold, rainy weather. Cold, rainy weather up north over here. So now we're going to go on. I'm going to do a short little skit in explaining the planets and their numbers. Okay, and I'm going over this myself, so I don't know if I'll be behind, in front. Just give me 1 second here to untie myself. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars. I am going to create a small form. We're going to be working on Las Vegas casinos. Look at that. Inside the golden nugget, look at that. Relates to the moon. 86, it's showing me the passage golden nugget in the moon. Haras, it's showing me rotation in the house, the resident angels in the heaven, right over here. Here's your number 9. It's 999 inside of Haras. Trump is 7 for the gateway in Pegasus. So we're going to go, we're going to do this. Let me see if I got enough light here. This paper is terrible. Just terrible paper. Let me see if I can put this on focus. Okay, so we're going to create a formation. There's a mathematical reality in every single word. Also, there is artwork. So what we're going to do is Mercury is 103, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Einstein, EIEIO on the farm. A lot of things happening in Neptune. Also, 12 and 14, 1/2 and 1/4. Cat. Let me see this. The sun and Mars will show up over here. Your DNA will show up over here. You are what you eat. For every vegetable that you eat, good morning, Watkins. That's electrical, right? Watts are electrical. So whatever you eat, organic, natural products. I'm going to get back this right away. But taking out the seed of life from our fruits and vegetables, from any organism, is taking out from our creation. You are nothing but a seed. They bring the two elements together. The child starts to grow, but the machine sits and does nothing, doesn't eat, doesn't drink, and withers away. So what happens to the child? But the machine doesn't do that. The machine happens to be of the female sex, and it is a female woman having a baby, eating food, products of creation. Man was only made on the 6th day. What was made on day 3? Very important what was made on day 3. Very important what was made on day 4. Very important with 6 what was made on day 1. Very important with the 7th day of rest to go with the 6th day. These are the numeric values of our rotation and our movement on this planet. They follow it to a T, and it is everywhere. It has nothing to do with what I have ever done. It has to do with already whatever has been done. I am only here to what I see and share it with you. This calculator is the base form of this cube, House of Mecca, and a miniature cube with odds. The numbers are also rotated in games with odds. In roulette, the section with the X is 35 to 1, 3 and 5 is 8. This one over here between two numbers gives me 17 to 1, gives me the Q gate in the house of bait. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 78 equals female and queen. The 8 eyes, including what is king within. Jack is also included in this because in order to say 17, you must say 10. ABCD becomes the polar of creation. ABC 6 plus D4 equals to what is 10. It will happen more often than not in the gateway to the sun, the moon, and Mars altogether. Not because I want to do this. It's because that is the truth of the story. It takes 3. In the second dimension of the moon, it is gold. So therefore, it tells the same story. 3 times 19 equals 57. It also equals to 39, multiplying to the single digit each individual area. 1 usually is in the center. 2 is to this side or to this side. 1 can create the window. 2 will create the earth. 1 again for an area space, Mars. So when we have 6 numbers, it's 5 to 1. When we have 6 to 1, it's 5 numbers, 5, 6, 6, 5. 8 to 1 is 4 numbers. It's a corner, picking up the 4 numbers. And it doesn't matter which one of these 4 come in, you save the chip. Plus you get 8, you have a total of 9. If this one comes in, you get the 35 plus the 1. If this comes in, you save that chip, whichever one of these 6. So that's that story, the roulette betting rules. 8, 8, 8, 5, 6, 2, and then the colors are 1. When we come over to this, we're going to get back to this now. Just give me 1 second. I always like to have something in my head. I feel it keeps the warmth in. You know, I just feel like I have something that whatever. I need my space for my space. So we're going to go over what I started over here. I also did this, P16 in Pluto. The mathematics create the numeric value for Earth and Mars. And you notice the multiplication and the addition is going to give me 55, which is Sky Pass. And it's also going to give me my birth in the IT system in the sun, my DNA in the house of bait. It's the quarter house, because in order to create this, okay, I need number 14. And it's all going to start by number 11. Here is in the lower area. This is where 1 and 2 comes in, and that is equals to 3, and that is equal to 2. And now we have the E world. We put them together. We have the beginning of what is 8 in the gate between the queen and the king. EI-EIO coming together, the invert of the cube. 6 and 3, 4 and 1, home king. back to 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 5 and 4, 5 by 4, 5 plus 4 equals to your 29, always coming back to itself. And then to see, back to the house of bait, 1 and 6, 1 and 1. So we're going to go back on. We're going to do, these are my planet numbers, and we're going to do the planet numbers to a single digit. You notice I had that already started. I just don't know the distance. I can barely see these lines. Here we're going to go 4, 9, 7, 6, 9, 3, 4, 5, 3, 20, 18, 12, 13, 23, 14, 2, 9, 3. I'm just trying to see. And this one, 4, 13. This one is 16. This one is 20. 2014, 2023. I'm just trying to see what, and this one over here, let me see, 7 by 9 is 63, by 4 is 252. Did I get that right? 9 times 3 is 27, times 6 is 120, 162. Did I get that right? We're talking about the moon over here. 20, this is 60. We're talking about time, the moon and time. 72, one fifth rotation of 360, 72. Remember that, the house of bait, okay, times 5 equals to your rotation, the E-world rotation. 272, 180, again, 180. The moon splits, seems to split something over here. I just want to see what else this does. Anyways, this is the numeric value for the planets. So when we bring this to a single digit, I'm going to end up with 2, 9, 3, 2, 9, 3 over here. And then I'm going to end up with 7 on the corner and 5, 5, 4 over here. And then 2 on the other corner. House of bait on the corners, taking up the corners. 7 and 2. So it's going to be 7, 2, 7, 2, taking up the corners. 27 and 27 make up for the sun. 72 and 72 equals to 144, 12 by 12, and then the number of minutes in the day. So that's your base for the numbers. I don't want to get into all the numbers. In this first position, Mercury, you're going to get Earth, Mars, September, the initials for man, bar mitzvah. The bar mitzvah is the age of 13. Man is the numeric value of the cycle of the moon. September is 103. Mars is 51 and Earth is 52, creating 103. The numbers to JC, Jesus Christ, okay, is 151, and now it's related to Mars. Why Jesus Christ? Because J10C3, 103. 103. It says September, but in September, you're also talking about 7 and 9. If you're French, you know that sept is 7. You know that terre is earth. You know that bear is to be born to bear the son of. Also, I think it's the, there's an addition in the ending to where we can just squeeze out the B, taking out A and B, and putting mare, saying the mother or the ocean, ending this word. Where else are we with this? I'm just trying to see. Between the two, we create the cycle. Multiply it and add becomes 11. Multiply and add becomes 17, becomes 28. We're going to go back to Mercury. In Mercury, January is 90. Jesus Christ is in the word. Mare, 113 and 5, telling me about the sun. It's also saying ace, it's the vision in the sun. To the resident angel, it mentions over here, okay, creation in Venus. 1881, 9 times 9, all stemming out of Jupiter. 9 times 9, 8118, bringing Venus and the letter R together. We'll create a gate or an entry to a gate, and I do not know if that's the mind. Set it up. Set us up on this day. Okay, I don't really understand what it means because I'm not in the, what's it called? Annuity. I've heard that before. And not only that, the word annuity, amulet, Inuit, take away the AN, you're talking about nudity. When you talk about nudity, you talk about bear. So you talk about awake and asleep. And you talk about nudity, awake and asleep, and you talk about bear because the bear in its own, okay, sleeps part and slumbers a part of the winter. So now we're in the Ivor, in the winter, talking about 5 because in French, and this is the way I do this work because this is the way I believe it was meant to be done. And also it seems to work out all the time. The scepter, okay, or the sword is also in September. It's also the 9th month for conception, or 9 by 3 is 270 days, right? In order to get 30 days per month, take away, add on, hold on a second. There's 28 days, so there's 3 months. I think there's 2 extra days. It could be 272 coming up into September. And again, inside the house of Beit. And the numbers are going to calculate to say Zion, Israel, DC. And it will say the word house because it's going to say 34 and 68. 34 stems from part of what is Mars. 2 times 17 equals to 34, right? 3 times 17 is 51 Mars. 4 by 17 is 68 the house. Now, the thing about multiplying to a single digit, and also what you do is 3 times 10. It's not 1, it's 10, because when you say 17, 18, 19, you're going to say 10. So you're going to say 30 and 21. So you're going to be talking about the Cuban creation. And you're also going to be talking about 39, because the minute you get to 30, we can say it's 39. Therefore, we invert it to 36. Why? Because any number plus 9 added to a single digit will add up to the same number. The same thing with 0. Now, it is your 9 birth to your 6 life dictated in this cube to where there's 9 for every side, which is explained to me to the 9 over here, which gets 9 different numbers showing me over here where we use it on the ATM, the telephone, on your computer, wherever it is. Those are the truths that we live with. And I only speak from where comes the shared reality of life. You cannot hide what we all need and what we must use in order to create a situation. So we're going to come back down and we're going to go 13 bar mitzvah. And that'll happen after 169 moons. The Monopoly board is 169 spaces. It becomes 9 and 4. So now you're talking about Uranus, Mercury and Uranus. This will also create DC. This will create 96 in rotation, having to do with the sun, 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Also, it's going to reveal itself to Jupiter, but without the birth. It's just the heavens. It has the heavens with it. Venus is 81. We have 22. Notice 1 and 3, 4, 2 and 2, 4. The 2 main characters of creation. These 2 over here. This is the sun venue. 22nd letter, 13th letter. And they're both black. The rest of these words, why it's separated this way, is because the odds and the evens between these numbers. Even, odd, 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 odd. Even, odd, 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 odd. Odd, 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 even. Even, 28 and 24. 7 times 24, 6 times 28. The 7 times 24 for Earth. The 6 times 28 for Mars. They both equal to the same number. This one will create the gateway. This is the cycle in the moon that will mathematically reduce itself inside of this. And it will say queen, it will say dog, it will say game, etc. You remove the Y. This word over here, when you say N-U-I-T, it says night inside of it. Inside over here, when you use the IT, I can also write that word as Let me see. If it was, you see, and this word also can be done like that. Okay. The reason for this is if it's IT, it's AT, and I always change the AT for this symbol over here. Just give me 1 second. I have to check something here. Okay, I have a few veggies on the stove. I'm going to go to for a minute. I'll be back. Where is my wooden spoon? Okay, where am I? Okay, we're going to go back. Are you still here? Is anybody still here? Just keep showing me nobody. But anyways, we're going to go back, and if nobody's here, I'm just going to end this video. So somebody say something, and I'm going to come back and do this another day. 13, 9, birth. 7, the gate. 3, creation. 4, the invert or the polar to it. 5, the E world to both sides, right? You get both sides from it. Saturn. 3, again, back to creation. 9, more birth. 6, the invert of what 1 is, life. Gold club, man comes into the gold club. 13, Mars. 4, Venus. 4, Mercury. 4, Earth. 5, inside the sun system. Pluto is number 7. There's a gateway. Here is number 3 coming together. Here I was talking about the total word. Now I'm talking about the single digit over here. Neptune has 1 T for 20. It's showing me a gate, and it's telling me about the moon. It's telling me about my birth in the divided house. Number 5. Here's the polar house to 3. Here's a sun planet. Here's a sun planet. And here's a divided sun planet. S, U, and N. Inside of it is the rat. R-A-T. It's the sun rat. So this is your base. There are no even numbers in here. Here, the only even number is the T. There's hardly any. The total of this, okay, for even numbers is 13, is 35, 45, 55, 63, none. 63, sorry, 73, 83, 93, 98, 108, 118, 128, 138, 148, 158, 168, 178, 181. It's 181 value. 181, let's call it black, even. Red, odd. It's funny the way it says the golden bee house. So when we go to the odd ones, we go 90, 149, 149, 159, 169, 173, 173 plus 49 plus 94 plus 75 plus 73. The red sun plus 69. Look, in rotation of the sun. 33, rotation of Jesus, plus 38 equals to 571. Let's see if I got this right. 103 plus 81 plus 52 plus 51 plus 99 plus 93 plus 94 plus 95 plus 84 plus hold on a second. 103 plus 81 plus 52 Earth plus 51 Mars, 99 Jupiter, 93 Saturn, 94 Uranus, 95 Neptune, 84 Pluto. 752. 752. So I got it right. This one's talking about your residency coming in, birth, 9 and 8, 17Q through Mars. Here it's mentioning Mars along with the moon. Here is Mars. Here is your gateway. Here is your moon. Here is your time. Here is your 8 and 9 born onto Earth, 17 through the Q gate. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8, 9 and 8, 17 and 17. I'm going to just take it. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I don't recall my 36th year like I do my math 39th and no 40th year, but I guess I don't know my 6th thing too well. But certain, okay, it's not whether you know it well or not. It's what do I know? Do I know anything more than anybody else? No, I do not. I'm only telling you what I see, and then it's your choice to see if there's a rational, logical reality to it. And if all our minds think together and not just guessing, oh, well, maybe, it has to be more concrete. And the concrete comes from this reality here and the numbers, what the numbers say, and they just keep repeating it themselves. Where else am I? So where am I going to go with this? Yes, let me go on. I'm present. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps showing me nobody's here. They do it on purpose. I need people. I'm going to be honest. This thing is not for me. I've been doing this alone for many, many years, a little bit of participation. We have to create a program. If the food you eat organically, you eat the food organically, the organic food that created the body that you reside in, then that food, if it is changed, then when you keep eating, your body doesn't know it. We start to break down. The food was created to build us and repair us. We are no longer, it is no longer able to repair us because the food we came here on is no longer available to us. You can believe what you want, but I do know, I asked my mother, I said, Ma, while I was in with you, did you eat or did you not eat for 9 months? She says, I ate. I says, where did you get your food? She says, from the garden. I go, the garden where? The Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve and Eden, right? Adam and Eve, and the completion of 3 creation is 4. Eden is that one spirit within 4. 4 and 1 are not the same. 5 is not the same as 4. It has the induction of the heavens of 1 to where the 6th life resides, to the 3 creation. And inside this 3 creation that's missing is that 1 dot. This is the only 7. It's the only one that will create Mars and Earth, the letter P, and it comes out of Pluto. And the reverse of that, of what is 7 and 6, is 3 and 4, Earth and Mars. Just give me 1 second here. I just have something to do.
Just give me 1 second. I have something to just give me 1 second here. Okay, so where were we? Where were we? Just 1 second. Okay, I think I got it done. Okay, so where are we? Where are we? Okay. Yeah, so the food is like so important, and we can't forget that. We can't forget the food. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for saving the world. You know, if we have no babies, if we have no babies for 40 years, no babies for 40 years, does anybody know? It's funny, 40 years. How long has human been on this planet? If there's no babies for 40 years, there's not going to be anybody on this planet in 80 years after. No babies for 40 years, 80 years after, no one is left. Right? It's the 8th month of the 3rd day, 3 and 8. Look what day it is today. Okay, let me see. I'm just going to put all this. Wow, really? Sorry to hear about that. I'm not sure who's who. I'm not sure who wrote this. Oh, yes. Okay. Wow. See, the word sun, if you read it backwards, it says hour. Watt, you can also put W at sun. So Holmes and Watson, H and W coming together in who, what, when, where, and why. Number 31 is the cube. So the AT comes together and you get the at sign. So now we're going to get creation of the sun, because we're sending email, or we're sending a letter to the W at sun, which is our sun, our creation, by having the word said 2 ways. Okay, so we're going to get on with the alphabet over here. It still only shows me one person. I'm going to go check out my my YouTube channel and see if anybody's on it, because it's supposed to show at least me as one person, and it's showing nobody and only me. Let me see this over here. Okay. Okay, so I see there's 2 people here. It says 1 watching, but I got 4 likes. So go figure that one out. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Now we're going to go back onto here. We already did the base of this. I'm going to go back to the word Mercury, how we can split this word up. First, we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 27 will equals 140 and 49. 7 times 20 is 140. 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so we have 5 and 4. So we're talking about a sun inside of here, S-U-N, sun. Here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it becomes 5 times 27. There's a lot of other equations to create in here.
I have to think of what they are and if they work out. Now, the thing about this, when I write anything to do with multiplying 20, right, I was told in language that you have to say 4 times 20 equals to 80, and then you can go 3 times 20 equals to 60. So I have the divided house planet coming by these 7 times 20 because of the 7 letters. This is the polar to it. The reason for this is the 60 minutes on the clock, ABC, ABCD. After that, it's EF. It's both 5 and 6. So there's ABC. We're looking at a corner. When we're looking at a corner, the cube is going to be like this with 3. If it's 3, the cube has to be like this. It's dictating to me I have to see 3 sides up and then 3 sides down. If I'm going to 4, the cube has to be like this. I need to see 4 sides around to have my 2-side polar. So my 4-2 is going to be like that, and that's my gateway when it's sitting this way. When it's sitting this way, I can automatically run Mars right through the center here because I can run Mars with a single line through the point, in which I can't do to Earth because it's 2 lines. So I would have to be here and here, creating the Mars birth with the Earth's heaven. Earth is a separation. Mars is a straight line. You know, when you oh, you double crossed me, Earth. Or is that the double cross? Or is that the double cross? So we also have to question that reality. Let me see if anybody else. Okay, I knew that story from long ago, something, but then he was like, not going to get involved online on that. So we're going to get to Mercury. We're going to go that the reverse of Mercury, since it's 189, is going to be 86. And again, it's telling me about the divided house of Earth and Mars to the spirit of 76. Also, it's going to show me 9 and 8 and 6 and 8. You can flip this anytime. I want to go back and see if I have it in my book. Here, I got so many books open. Things I haven't finished. Oh, we didn't do this yet. To remind myself to do that. French and English. Parent, parent. Okay, no, I don't have it here, do I? I don't even remember what I was looking for now. My X's and my O's, the bowling strategy. We can get into that by marking 12 X's. Remember, there's a bowling rule. Okay, here it is. What happens is N, H, I, and Z all reflect each other. The 5 reflects the 2. The 6 inverts to a 9. So when we do all this, we also have to take our whole alphabet with us. You see, if we're going to go B2, the 7th gate is E5. So right away, we're going to go new BKT. Now 2 with H8, bringing it to the heart of the situation, creating the heavens around it, I have to bring 8. So we have BKT, and then we have headquarters, HQZ. Now we're going to have to bring B over to B, so we have BKT and BKT. So right away in this, we have the cycle of man. We have 13, again, the cycle of man, because in this house, it's 2, 5, and 8 in this house. This is on the cross. The B is on the cross, 2, 5, and 8, right? If we're talking about, I know I jumped off that subject. If we're talking about 6, we're going to have to talk about 8. If we're going to talk about 6, we're going to connect 6 to 1. We're also going to connect 6 to -2, and we're also going to connect 6 to +7. You notice the way 2 and 7 come together? 6 minus 2, 4. 6 plus 7, 13. 1 plus 3, 4. 2 and 7 come together as your 2 with 7 empty spaces come together. And it's the same thing for 1. See this 1 over here, right? Let's say we had number 5. I didn't do 5. So 5 minus 1 and 5 plus 8. So if I have 1 in the center, I have 8 all around. So the mathematics are absolutely perfect. If you do not understand, please ask me. I'll tell you what's going on. I tried to bring everything back to its relative cycle, which is 1, 4, and 7. Okay, so that's why this is happening, and this is absolutely perfect. There is no mistake with this. There is a whole story in that, and it keeps going on and on and on. I'm never going to stop, right? So we're going to get back to this over here. So we're in Venus. Venus brings on your birth. It also brings on the word Hera. Earth brings on your Q gate. Pluto, the division of night and day. Electric company. See the way this has 3 and 5? This is a spot that's right on, and it will connect directly to the moon, like splicing something together. That's your Pluto. These two are dark letters. Uranus and Pluto come together, and it's also a 10 difference. Your ABCD mirror comes within because of the difference. And we also have, what did we have in between these two? There was a relative. Oh, yes, the U comes in. Inside here, we have gold. So now we're going to be passing through the moon. Why? The A and the U show up together. Those are the initials in the periodic table for gold. And now we're going to connect Mercury and Venus and Saturn, because they all have U's, right? UA is inside of this one, but here it's EU. So it's not the same as the AU. The A fits within the E. Mercury 1, Saturn 6, the A fits within, creating the only 7th gate on this cube. This is the only 7th gate. And the reverse of that is going to give me 11 and 11, 22. Did I get that right? 9 and 9, 18, and then the 7 minus 7 will give me that 11. Around here is 22 for the ring. This will create the division between night and day, and it is the 9th planet. This will create 36 and 13 in rotation in the house of Bait of man, so we must include man, the sun, and the moon. You see the way it's backwards? They're saying ass backwards, so does that mean the ass of what the sun is the moon? Or the other end, right? The other side of your face, right, is not your face. It's the back of your head. So can we call the moon the back of the sun or the back head of the sun? But there's a separation. Jupiter 99, Mars 51 will create the student. We had Africa. Over here, we had all the first initials. And when we come to Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, it says the word sun. Saturn, the only S letter, will create what is the moon and AI. U is going to create RAM or Mars, or let's say RAM as in computer memory. N for Neptune is going to talk about our DNA, the sun. P is going to be talking about Mars and Earth. And if we want, we can even bring these, okay, to alternative relationships, meaning that if I want to have the cycle with this one over here is going to give me 3, 6, and 9. All the 4s will be 3, 6, and 9, and all the 3s will be 1, 4, and 7. That way I'm going to match my cycle. 1 and 3, 4, 4 and 3, 7, 7 and 3, 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. The 4 cycle, right? I said 4 and 3, 7, 4 and 6, 10, 1 plus 0, 1, 4 and 9, 13, 1 plus 3, 4. So I brought that cycle together. So that's that relationship. I'm a little bit tired. Just want to show you that Africa is the gold. And we're going to end this video here. Let's see what was written down. Okay, nothing else is coming on the board. There's 3 people here, but I think one is me. I think there's a comment. Let me read this. Right, I mistakenly forgot to hit YouTube Connect. Okay. So there's so much going on. So I'm asking myself the question, what did I actually say by all of this? What am I actually saying by all of this? See, I see it within myself, right? And also, I would just want to say that when you take the 2 initials of Jupiter and Earth, it says I. So born within 99 and Earth 52, which totals 151. 77 and 74, Jesus Christ, 151. It's just ironic that it works out that way. Male, Uranus, 9 and 4, 13. Female, Pluto, 8 and 4, 12. Female, Saturn, 9 and 3, 12. Birth and creation in both the house of DC, both speaks of Uranus, speaks of the man in number 7, and in number 6, they speak about the female. 7 is for the Earth. Female Saturn is going to be for Mars and Mars itself. 432, bringing the circles together in 432 will be 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8 is 21. So to what is 21 is 9, bringing to the point. What do I mean to the point? Is when I make everything look like 10, or I make everything look like 4. I make everything look like 7. Now, if I make things look like 7, it changes the game. I don't know how to design that on the cube, but you can say it's the coming of Earth and Mars when it's 7. 6 and 1 is the way to create 7. There is no 7 on the dice cube other than inside the house of Bait, 2 and 7. Okay, let me. Your son's name is Awesome. Hey, you're awesome. Hey, Awesome, how you doing? And there's also Angel, we Awesome. You bring the we in woe and O. You bring it's funny the W. I'm just trying to think. The letter O, the letter U. What is the other letter in the language that says O? OH says O. When you say water in French, it says O. So when you're talking about water, we're back to Mars again. Okay, so that's going to be the end of this video. I want to thank you very much for being here. I didn't speak about Adam and Eve, 4 letters and 3 letters, totaling 51 Mars. But when you add them to a single digit, it tells me 5 and 9. And inside the farm and the cat is the divided gate through Adam and Eve. Remember A and E, Mars coming together. V4, D4 coming together. These 4 and these 3, the same way the typewriter is set up, offset, okay? 3 numbers will be 81 for Venus. 4 numbers will be 3 times 27 is 81, 108. But I'm going to do 6 and 3. 6 and 3 at the birth coming out of this over here. And here's our moon. Why do I do that? There's 4 letters. If I count, I go to 108, and I don't want to go to 108, right? Which is 18, which is the residency after the death through the moon of man right here, 91. A through M is 91. A through D is 10. So you can see birth is right over here. Here is the same thing over here, ADDA. Also tells us birth within the sun and the moon, the final figure. Here's Ram equals to 32. The 3 digits over here that reverse are the 3 digits within itself. The E opposite the V, it'll be V, E, V, Vev, or how about Vav, right? In the Hebrew language, you'll have Vav reflecting that. Here you're going to have the windows and the star system right here in Mars. Everything keeps reverting to number of Mars. Find me another word with 51. I'm going to do that, but Raphael 7286. Thank you for watching this video.